and welcome to another 5 to Thrive. I'm Scott Kutcher, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of your sign structure and the light source's longevity according to how you build your sign. That's right, how you build your sign structurally can really determine how well your LEDs last. So let's talk a little bit about that. So if you're building a structure and you have a big, let's say, logo on the side of a building, I've had a couple of these, more than a couple over my years in this business, and you need to build structure across here to support it, right? So it's built like a big cloud or a big, it's formed in the shape of whatever that logo is. Well, you need some structure going across it with the tubing in order to keep it strong when weather hits it and when the wind starts, grabbing it so it won't oil can on you. So you got to add that structure in there for that, right? Well, what a lot of people don't realize is you need to run the water away. So back in the day when we did lamps, you had 120, 277 voltage coming in, so high voltage coming in. Of course, you're like, duh, we got to make sure it runs away from it. We got to have weep holes. We got to do all those things. But for some reason, we've fallen asleep with 12 volt and 24 volt products when it comes to lighting. So you got the lower, voltage products that are LED. And so we go, we're not worried about it. Be worried about it. Because you still have to build the structure in such a way it gets water away. I don't care what anyone says, what the IP rating of their module is or whatever. If you have a wire that's going into anything, there's a way for water to get into it. Because that wire, I don't care how well sealed the actual casing is, over time, if water sits there or it pools there or runs over it, it eventually is going to find its way in there. I mean, if it could wear down the Grand Canyon, I'm just saying. Right? So let's not think these things are bulletproof. We still have to take responsibility in building good structures so it runs the water away from whatever our light source is. So give you an example. Recently I came across one huge logo on the side of a building, done like a cloud sign with supports running straight across it, welded to the tube that's been bent, and then the skin put around it, right? So it's really just for structural purposes mainly. But instead of doing it like this and doing a slight, right, where it would run off like a roof, and then drilling a weep hole, they just welded it straight across. And for 2 years, water ran across it. It was facing the side of the building that got the most weather. It just kept getting pounded and water, and then it started to pool right where that thing is, or right where the support was. So you have the LED sitting almost right up against the support, and then the wire going over top of it, right? Just one of those. Of course it's going to fail over time. They had a failure. They had an issue. And I was like, I don't care whose module it is. I don't care if it's not ours or if it is ours. That's built in such a way that you're just asking for trouble. The fact that it lasted 2 years should tell you it was a pretty damn good module. At the end of the day, period, end of story, it's a good module. So the moral of the story is simple. If you've got anything electrical inside of your structure, please do a slight slant, do a V. Figure out how to weld together your structure that it will bring the water away from whatever the light source is, and the longevity of your sign itself will go up 2-fold, maybe 10-fold. So that's your tip for today. That's your 5 to Thrive. And until next time, sign on.